But I don't want my baby to be cooking. You know, I don't want to put my baby through a stressful, put my baby through stress because I'm over here blazing, and Khan's like, what the fuck's going on? So I need to take more like lukewarm baths, and I don't like that. Like, even when I get my pedicures, I ask for the water to be really hot because I know that by the time they get midway through the session, the water's gonna be cool, and I don't like cool water. I hate lukewarm water. It's either blazing hot or I don't want it. So I don't know. I don't know, bitch. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to take a bath. Since I stopped doing my bubbling baths, my blazing baths, I have not been taking many. So I don't know. We're gonna see. Peace, Jessica. I say hey. Hey 369. Papa Cooley. Relentless, Jasmine. Can't wait to connect with you tomorrow. My day was well, Graffiti. Thank you for asking. Peace, Ozzy back. What's the quote for today? It's the caption, if you can look there. The message of the day. Peace, Scorpion. Yogi. Be love. Y'all scrolling in slowly but surely. Hey, YouTube here though. YouTube ready. So I think we're going to go ahead and get started. We've been here for 3 minutes, going on 4. Just got 3, 4, 5. It's time to start the live, start the show. Welcome in, baby boos, to all of our lovelies who are joining us, our news and our truths. If you're new here, we welcome you here. I am your co-host, Mrs. Dublé Jones. I am the lady with the stones, the come heres, and the leave us a fuck alones. And I'm a spiritual guide to assist you in this life. And if you want any one-on-one services, you can check out the plethora of services I provide. I do now have the services listed in the YouTube description box. If you want to just expand the description box and browse through, see what resonates with you. If you want to book, head to the website and look. And also shop your spiritual tools, your spiritual gems, your spiritual jewels. And you will also get your 25, your 50, this storm just threw me off because it was not thundering. So all y'all over here too, y'all. But you get free shipping for all orders over $75. And yeah, this is not too late to book your personal rituals. If you want to plant any seeds intentionally with this new moon and Taurus energy, I did finally upload the video last night on YouTube, y'all. Y'all know I've been saying it for like 5 days. The new moon and Taurus video is officially up and running and available on YouTube. So you can tap into the energy, what to expect, how to connect, how to use it, so you don't confuse it, rituals, crystals, herbs. And I pulled a few cards for us as well. So we have that. And thank y'all. Thank you for sharing this space with us nonetheless. So we're going to go ahead and get into the message of the day. Relentless said, you early? I was like, okay, yes. So we pushed the show up. So I show up divine between 8:18 lately. It's been between 8:18 and 8:25 is the time that I'm pushing for. But yes, so you could expect us to be in here sooner. And our intention is to get out sooner. Though Brother Lagai still has been kind of getting out his normal time. I've been getting out a little earlier. So the message of the day is not every season is for harvesting. And now it's pouring down raining. I told y'all plant them seeds. I did bury our seeds out in nature. To those of you who did conduct your rituals and things like that. So our seeds are being watered. So speaking of the seeds, like I was saying, not every season is for harvesting. Some seasons are simply for resting. Some seasons are for nesting, for preparing. Right? Some seasons are our spring, our fall, and our winter as these 3-month increments. But also within a month, we have our seasons. We have our spring, we have our summer, we have our fall, and we have our winter. Okay? And so know that Even if I just did a word of the day, so y'all gonna see this again, but y'all get first dibs when it comes to this message. But in regards to, I don't care if you're in alignment with your path. I don't care if you are doing something you love, if you're passionate about what you're doing. There's gonna be seasons where you're just not gonna feel like it. You know, your energy is gonna be a little lower, or your spirit, your higher self may be calling you, hey, let's just pause for a second, or hey, let's screen a call, you know, let's rest. You know what I mean? Let's shift focus over here really quick, and we'll get back to that. So again, honor the seasons within the month, within the year, within the day. Within the day. Okay? And trust that you're doing just what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, how it needs to be done. I know you got a to-do list. I know you got goals, aspirations. You've been having those conversations. But again, it's a season for everything. All right? So what is your body telling you throughout the day? It's important that we are in tune with ourselves and align our mind with our body and our spirit, because our spirit can be communicating to us, but our mind is overpowering, or louder, to where we can't even hear what our spirit is trying to communicate to us. You know what I mean? And we end up burning ourselves out. So honor yourself and trust that you're doing just what needs to be done, and you moving divinely. And especially if you know you're in alignment, what you're tripping for. It's no need to rush when you're in alignment. When you're now, if you know you ain't on track, then I guess you got something to worry about, right? But if you know that we got 666 here, then what you stressing for? What you stressing for? Okay? Allow yourself to rest without beating yourself up. Peace, Jantrell. So that's the message of the day. And we're now going to go ahead and get into the daily energy. All right. So let's see. So I'll be covering the daily energy for the 27th, okay? The new moon does peak. The new moon does peak on the 27th at 3:31 p.m. Eastern time, and it and 12:31 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, like I said, I did post the new moon and Taurus video on our YouTube, so you can get more in-depth information in regards to how to work with that energy. But nonetheless, long story short, this Taurus new moon is definitely a time to rest. This is definitely a time to rest. So take it easy on tomorrow. Take it easy, okay? There'll be more beautiful days to come. Today I was talking to my mom, and she was like, it's so beautiful outside. I want to get outside. And I was like, me too. But what I'm going to do? Go spend money? Like, what I'm going to do? Go sit out in nature? And though that is grounding, right? I'm like, sit the fuck down in the house, Dublé. Go to sleep. Take a nap. Read a book. Not read a book, literally. But I'm like, sit down. But you just want to go outside in nature just to say you was out there. It's going to be more days to come. Okay? And tomorrow I might be out there. Or I may not, but it's this energy of just take it easy, okay? Take it easy. So I did channel, though, on this day, use resources to help you build. So look around, see what you have, and see what you can do with what you have. A lot of us will feel strong and level-headed as well. Focus your energy on where you want to go and what you want to create or align with. You may find yourself being very busy in the mind or being very busy in the body. But again, honor your body and honor what your spirit is guiding you to do. You may be called to do a little something and then sit down, and then do a little something and sit down, or whatever that looks like for you, okay? I did what I wanted to do, and then I was about to just go home, and I was like, well, I know that I need to do this as well. So I was like, let me make sure I do what I need to do, and then I'm going to sit down. So there may be some things that you do need to do. And again, do what needs to be done. And if you're being called to sit down, sit down. This will be a good time to clean house. If you want to do something, get your damn house in order. Yeah, I bet y'all sit the fuck down now. But, with this new moon energy, you definitely want to go ahead and clean up, mop your floors, sweep, do your laundry, Maybe even reorganize some stuff, throw out some stuff just to clear out this stagnant energy, smudge your home, get your cinnamon, blow your cinnamon inside your home, or just really be still, you know, to welcome in this new energy. It is pouring. Ashe. So the colors for the day are green, gold, and yellow. So y'all go ahead and spam the comments with their green, yellow, and gold, or green and yellow hearts. And the colors for, or the rituals for the day are the Sweet Life Manifesto and the Higher Wisdom. Okay? And so the service for this upcoming week is going to be the 7 chakra clearing service. So if there's a specific chakra that you need to clear, that you want to activate, that you want to stimulate, you can choose whatever chakra that is. If you want to start at the root and then we make our way up, you can do that as well. Whatever chakras, that's your poison to choose. They are available on CrystalineMars.com. Just click on personal rituals. You'll see the 7 chakra clearing, and you can choose whatever ritual it is that you want. Or if you want a guided, it's a guided meditation, my bad. But it is, if you do pair it with the ritual, you can get the 25% off to really amplify that energy, okay? So that's what we have. The angel number for the day is 994, okay? So that concludes the daily energy, and we're now going to get into the collective tarot tea time, you and me time. Peace, J Real, V Unique, V Unique. And if y'all want a reading tonight, you can send your love offerings in. I'll conduct those first come, first serve. But we're about to go ahead and get into collective energy, and I want y'all to take what resonates. And if it don't resonate, then it won't for you to receive, at least right now in this moment anyway. Ashe. Ashe. So I'm gonna just cut the music down because I can stand the rain, bitch. So I want to start with an angel number today. Let's see. Let's see what the numerology has for us. Anybody been getting any like angel numbers reoccurring lately? Anybody been seeing any angel numbers showing up? Any angle numbers pointing you in a certain direction? All right, let's see. You've been seeing 444 and 222, said Kyla. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay, and we have 18, and this is 9, which adds up to 18, which adds up to 9. 9 is the energy of endings, resting. But it reads, wow, significant events are on the cards for you. You will progress in your endeavors and gain new experiences. The right people and resources will be put on your path. An excellent proposal or change is coming up. You are destined for greatness. So this is a beautiful message to come through, especially at this time, because y'all know since we've been in this energy, this Taurus energy, I've been talking about resources. I've been talking all about resources, and I'm seeing ants and I'm seeing squirrels, and you know how resourceful they are. And so that's a beautiful message coming in saying, you know, that the right people are being put on your path and the resources will be put on your path as well, because this is just confirmation that you are in alignment. Again, there could be some things that you're feeling called to do, some things that you're being called to pull back from. And again, trust the process. I did channel, it's interesting that this came out as well, or should I call it divine? Because I channeled that there is an undisclosed offer that is being presented to you. So a lot of you may also, it says an excellent proposal or change is coming up. So like the message of the day says, you know, not every season is for harvest. So right now, at least this weekend or in this moon phase, what is your spirit calling for you to do? You know, is it rest? Is it retreat? Is it to nest? Is it to prepare? Is it to brainstorm? Is it to take initiative? You know, and I'm seeing some significance about Tuesday. And so there could be this rush of energy that comes in on this upcoming Tuesday. Interesting. Yeah, there could be some rush of energy that comes in on Tuesday. And also, who is that? That is Venus. Venus enters Aries on Wednesday. Nice. So with that Venus entering Aries on Wednesday, and that's on that Papa Legba door opener hump day type energy. It's on the 30th. That is your creativity. That is groups, opportunities. Okay, nice. So yes, there is some proposal or change coming up, okay? Beloved said 444 and 144. Beloved also said 555. Okay, we got 333, 555, 1212, 656. Okay. So what does that mean for y'all? What does these numbers mean for y'all? Intuitively. You know, let's go beyond 555 means change is coming, right? What do these messages mean for you? What dots are you connecting with these angle numbers that are showing up in your life? I'd love to hear your perspective of them if you don't mind sharing them. If you want to, you ain't got to. You do what you want when you pop in. But if you'd like, you can share it in the comments below. So let's see what we got. Okay. I want to pull one from Work Your Light. Ashe Graffiti said he caught 11:11 after your meditation is rising. Ashe. And some of you, it's time for you to shift your energy or prepare to shift your energy as well. Some of you may feel like you have to meditate 24/7 or meditate, but there actually may be some action that needs to be taken, right? Some of y'all have been more action-based and you need to move more into like your divine feminine energy, even if you're a masculine, which is moving into a space of stillness, a meditative state, right? You don't always have to meditate, and that doesn't always, I mean, you don't, meditation does not look like one way, is what I'm trying to say. You could just be in a meditative space, which is just allowing yourself to receive, okay? Creating a still environment, clearing your environment so divine support and messages can come through. B Unique said, for me, it's let go and open up to the change, okay? B Love says, when I'm looking for clarity, I see 144 or 444, okay? Graffiti said, working on fulfilling my wishes, dreams, goals, and desires. Okay, Ashe. All right, let's see what we have here. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? What is your gut trying to tell you here? What is your intuition trying to tell you here? Are you being called to strategize? To look at your game plan and see what needs to be shifted here? To look at your routines and just how you show up for yourself and see what needs to be shifted here? Are you so busy trying to show up for everybody else around you, your kids and things, that you're neglecting yourself, right? Some of you, you have a lot of hats that you wear, and then the one moment you have to sit down, you're trying to put something else on your plate. It's like, just pause. Say your lover's at work, or your kids are gone for the weekend, or your roommate's gone, and now you have time to just be still and chill, and here you go. You trying to hit the road, Jack, or you just blast the music all day, or it's like, enjoy the stillness. Okay? Enjoy the stillness. Or like, what is it that you need to align yourself with? Because some of it, didn't I channel something about creating? I channeled something about creating. Or maybe I read, I think it was for tomorrow's energy when I said, you know, think about what it is that you want to create or something along those lines. And some of us really need to just more so shift. I know it's hard, you know, but it's just mind over matter. It's just mind over matter. We do what we want, right? So just do what needs to be done. And then the hardest part, I guess, is just not beating yourself up about it. But it's not, some of us need to shift as well when it comes to our perception around calling certain energy in. You may be trying to manifest, attract, when really you might just need to align, quantum leap. I was laying in bed earlier and I had my hand on my belly and I was like, bro, I'm really pregnant. Because Con was just moving crazy. And I'm like, I'm really pregnant. And I was like, I remember years ago, I wanted to be pregnant. Years ago, I saw this day. And I didn't manifest this moment. I didn't create this moment. I guess maybe on a grander scale, you could probably say that. But I'm more so aligned with this timeline. You know what I mean? I hop, skipped, and jumped from where the fuck I was to be where I am. It wasn't a simple hop, skip, and jump, but some of us may really need to focus our intention more on alignment. And you can get creative in your guided meditations with that. You could visualize yourself on the globe. You know what I mean? You could visualize yourself on a globe and another timeline or another dream, your dream world or whatever. You can visualize yourself jumping over there. You know what I mean? So there are different ways you can go about aligning, but that may need to be the focus for some of us. Okay. Graffiti said you materialized it. I did materialize it, but that still goes in. It was already, I didn't materialize it, more so I aligned with that material world that was already, that I aligned with that parallel timeline with that material world where it was already materialized. It was already materialized. I just had to transfer my consciousness. I just had to shift timelines to that version of myself. And it's kind of trippy because I see the version of myself on the other timeline still existing, so yeah, all of these timelines are already materialized. You just may not be consciously on that timeline to where you see it. Makes sense? Let me take a sip. So, trust the niggle. What is the niggle trying to tell you? I want to pull from some tarot. Let's see what tarot got. You said super trippy. I'm tripping. Yeah. Woke up and seen a UFO last night. I smoked a pound of dope. Jumped up and I pulled a four. I pulled a four. Let's have a toast. Swear nigga just seen the ghost. That money coming in. Overflow. Codeine. All in my Sprite. Future nigga right side like astronaut at the same time. Going to Mars at the same time. Pluto, Jupiter at the same time. Pick the pen at the same time. I'm tripping. Feel it. Feel rolling. Okay, so what we got? The Six of Swords in reverse. Let's see what the Six of Swords in reverse is. You know that song? Do you know that song? That was my shit. It still is. I just be mindful of what I listen to nowadays, but that's still my shit though. Yeah. We got the Queen of Wands upright, and we have the Six of Swords in reverse. So this is giving like, don't overwhelm yourself with your thoughts. This Queen of Wands is giving like, I need to, I should have, I would have, I got to. But the Six of Swords is like, my mind's telling me no. So it could be the other way around too, where your mind may be like, nah, I'm good. Because you want to stay comfortable. Remember yesterday's theme was like, don't rock the boat. It was like, no, bitch, rock the boat. And so your mind may be like, nah, I'm good. That's out of my comfort zone. I'm coolio right here. And you may be called to expand your comfort zone, to put yourself out there. Well, some of us have already been out there. It's like, go in the house. Go in the house. Yeah, because I'm seeing somebody who has all these desires to travel, and I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that. But for real, your bank account ain't in alignment yet, baby boo. Just hold tight. hold tight, because you really want to, do you really want to, you know, go on that vacation and now you ain't looking at your your bank account status, your balance, because you scared that you in the negative, you don't went into the line of the credit. Or let's say you do have, you know, some money aside for vacation, and then you're going to have to come back and work double time to get that money back. Now, like, are you really in the space yet? And even if it's not something extreme as vacation, it's just maybe you want to keep up with the Joneses, or I want to do this, I want to do that. What? Sit down. Didn't we talk about that? Sit down. But some of you may be just so restless, or just so like you feel like you got to just go, 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 go like a freaking robot. And, you know, but your body may be like, excuse me, hold up. Did you look at the gas tank lately? This is not a Tesla, bitch. And even if it is a Tesla, we got to charge the shit. Amazing said no, but the lyrics funny as F. Yeah, that's Future. It's Future song called I'm Tripping. It's called I'm Tripping. Lemonade said the struggle is real. Kyla laughing. What, you was laughing at the song too? That's my shit. Go listen to it. I'm Tripping by Future. Watch, it's a bop. Thank me later. What we got? You gotta blast it though. What we got? You don't have to blast it. You're gonna want to blast it. Okay, what we got? Come on. We have the King of Cups. The King of Cups. So yeah, you may just need to be patient with something, like I said. And with the King of Cups, like I said, what is your body telling you it needs? What is your body? My throat been a little funky, right? What does your body need? Between the throat chakra and the creativity, between emotions and the creativity, like there is some balance that need to be had here. Some of you may have just been drowning in work, drowning in what your responsibilities are, and again, neglecting yourself. And you see in the King of Cups, it's a ship that has sailed, or a ship that's coming in the back. However you want to see this. But things are moving even when you're not moving. Sometimes, you know, what's the quote that I had channeled the other day? It was growth takes place way before the root hits the surface, or something along those lines. Like, you know, the growth is happening in the soil, but something may just not have materialized yet, so be patient. But some of you are like, well, it's not, nothing's moving. I don't see it sprouting. I don't see my manifestations. I don't see my lover. I don't see this. I don't see that. I got to do more. And it's like, hold on. Like, you that may be valid, like salad. You may need to shift some things and stuff like that, but it's not about you overloading yourself either. No, it's not. And especially if you know that you've been moving in alignment and you did a lot of work, it's like now, and when you're being called to chill, honor that. Honor that. Honor that. And somebody was getting ahead, because I'm seeing somebody in school and they do their homework, they do their assignments ahead. So when something was due, you already done. You're weeks ahead. So some of y'all have been ahead of the curve. You've been, you know, just really getting your grind, like just being committed, persevering, being dedicated, going in every day, throughout the day, in every way. And now your body's like, you got space to chill. You got space to chill. Like I said, and it may not be, oh, take a week off. It may just be chill out for a few hours. It may be chill out for the day, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, chill out for the next 2 days, whatever that looks like for you. But some of you have put the work in with this Queen of Wands, and now your spirit's like, okay, now let's rest real quick, and we're going to get back to it. We're going to get back to it. Somebody may be a water sun sign and have like a fire moon. A fire moon. Yeah, we have the Justice in reverse as well. And we have the Page of Cups. So with this Justice in reverse, we have the Six of Swords in reverse. So like I said, there was some imbalance here that's being brought to your attention. That's being brought to your attention. But like I said, you've been doing the work with this Page of Cups. A lot of y'all, I don't know what rituals you've been doing, prayers, meditations, spiritual work, dream work, whatever work you've been doing when it comes to transcending or attracting this energy in, you've been doing that. You've been doing that. But let's see a little more. Somebody just got a nose piercing or thinking about getting like the septum. Isn't this the septum? Yeah, I think. Yeah. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So with this Five of Pentacles being in reverse, this is going back to like that undisclosed opportunity or that undisclosed offer that is coming up. Some of you may feel a little discouraged about something because maybe Spirit's not telling you something, or maybe you feel forgotten about or set up. There could have been some works that you did, and you may have been getting some guidance in regards to like, hey, that's not in alignment with where you're trying to go. Like, that's in alignment with one path, but that's not the path that you're saying you want to go down. So there may be some things that has to be left, that's leaving you feel some kind of way. It could have to do with some relationships here too. We did start the reading off with that non-ending energy. We have the Four of Pentacles here, upright now. So we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Four of Pentacles upright. So with this Four of Pentacles, this is a call for you to pull your energy back from something so you can pour it into something else. Some of you may have to say no. Yes, some of you may have to say no. Today I had I had an appointment with a lovely, and she came with some energy and was trying to talk to me about some old stuff that was not even, it had nothing to do with her appointment today. And I saw the energy show up and I was like, oh, okay, but how may I help you? Like, I'm not about to talk about that. If, you know, like, I'm not about to talk about that. Like, how may I service you? Because I'm not about to feed that energy. I don't care about the drama. I'm not here for the drama. You could go save that for your mama, right? So there may be some energy that you're definitely being called to discern and to pull back from, okay? And sometimes you got to like shift it and be like, you know what? I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even want to hear that, because sometimes the dang, that's crazy, and just like not responding is still allowing for that energy to come on in. Excuse me, no, that's not welcome here. So that may be a thing as well, like in the middle of your conversations, or, you know, even before you connect with people, but especially if you know you're going to connect with some person that comes with a certain kind of energy, like consciously, I remind us of this often, clear your energy. Clear your energy and clear that energy from them to where you can connect without the fucking interferences. Or at least provide, you know, create a protective shield around you, because you may have to work with that person, or, you know, be in the same space with that person, service that person or whatever, but you don't want their energy to transfer over to you. Because sometimes, even if you don't necessarily feed it and respond to it, it can still seep through energetically. So you definitely want to make sure that you are managing your energy at all times and not waiting until now you're wonky, now you're drained, you know, now you got a headache, or now things are going bad in your life. Like, no, don't wait. Identify it when you sense it, when you see it, when you hear it, when you smell it, however that shows up for you. Because some of you it may show up through like your senses. Like you may really smell like trash or seafood or rats, or, you know, just smell like unpleasant smells, and you're picking up on their aura, on their energy. Some of you are able to see, some of you are able to hear. We have the Magician. Didn't I just say manage your energy here? But let's see what this Magician is about. This is talking about alchemy, manifestation here. So let's see. Somebody definitely feels like they're lacking something. And I just heard I Hate Sleeping Alone by Drake. So this could have to, but we do have the Pentacles here as well. So there could be some kind of relationship energy that somebody's calling in. Some kind of money, or both of them that somebody's calling in here. Somebody's been doing something different with their hair. Maybe exploring different hair accessories or hair wraps, hairstyles. Could be embracing as well. Somebody has like one lock in the back. I'm seeing henna on the hands as well. Somebody may have an at-home henna kit or got some henna done. Let's see. What's up with this Magician energy? What's up with this Magician energy? We got the Eight of Cups. They ain't come out though. It flipped. We have the Temperance. Okay, nice. Like I told you. Y'all have been putting the work in, and Spirit's like, just chill. Just chill. With the Temperance here. Be patient. Be patient. Like I said, some of y'all been like, yo, like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I've been doing the works, but something's slow to move in. Something's slow to move in. But the wheels are turning. Actually, I just turned the wheel card over. It was face forward and in reverse. And so yeah, the wheels are turning and Khan just kicked. And so Spirit's like, your baby's cooking. Okay? Your baby's cooking. So there could be some kind of something that comes up that confirms, like, we good. You good. Okay? It could just be a faith, a knowing here. We have the Eight of Cups and we have the Judgment. The Eight of Cups and we have the Judgment showed itself back up. Now showed its way back up. August 20th, February 8th may be significant. May 1st may be significant. April 6th. May 9th may be significant. But with the Judgment and the Eight of Cups, this is interesting what I'm feeling. Like, I feel frozen right now. I feel paralyzed right now. I feel blank right now. And so some of you just really need to rest assured, like rest your mind. You may find yourself just constantly asking questions, constantly looking, like praying. It's like, chill. Shit. Cut the phone off. Damn. That's just what I'm getting. Like, just be still. Be still. Do you always have the TV on? Do you always have the radio on? Are you always on the phone? What are you talking about? High vibrations lead high level conversations. What are you talking about? What's the vibe that comes with that? That's attached to that. Damn. It feels negative. It feels gossipy. It feels like, and you may be right about whatever it is. Like, that wasn't right, or they shouldn't have did this, or they shouldn't have said that, or whatever. That may be valid. But somebody is feeding, like constantly talking about something. It's like, shut the fuck up. I can't even sugarcoat the energy, man. It's like, ho, shut the fuck up. I got way too much of my mental. Oh yeah. Like, shut the hell up. Somebody on this live need to shut the hell up with this drama shit. Like, bitch. What the fuck? Killing the whole vibe, man. You letting this energy in. Letting this energy in. And it may come up when you talk to certain people or something like that, or you talk to a certain person and now you want to catch up and bitch, mustard, shut up. No. For what? How does that make you feel? Do we have a solution here? Some of you being dead horses. Ooh, bitch, y'all got my brain booming. Get the fuck up out of here with that. I don't know what the fuck that is. Yes, the fool. Dumb ass shit. Bitch, hold on. Oh, yeah. So somebody may really need to do some self-reflection. Somebody may really need to do some self-reflection here when it comes to what you talking about. Is it, do you share any positive news? I'm just, if this ain't for you, just hold space, because we got a negative Nancy or a few in the building. And if you feel like I'm stepping on your toes, then maybe I am. Maybe I am. To thy own self be true. What you talking about? And it's given like, if you ain't got nothing lovely to say, then just shut up. If you ain't got no solution, shut up. Bitch, with a duct tape. Sheesh, it's a wrap. Mummy head ass. Like, whew. Okay, hold on, bitch. Some of y'all may be dealing with this energy. That is ghetto. And so that's why some boundaries, like I said, you may have to screen some calls or be like, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. So we have the Fool here, though. So let's reset. Let's come back. This Fool is in alignment with this new moon in Taurus energy. So let's see what we got here. What's up with this path, this new energy, or whatever this is, with this Fool's journey. We got money mistakes. Okay. So some of us may definitely need to just be a little more, responsible with our money and make sure we have some balance there. You can play, but just don't overspend. And Taurus, yeah, Taurus does rule, like Taurus is very like luxury energy. If you're a Taurus, you like nice things. Taurus like the finer things, and a Taurus energy will go broke trying to look good, keep up with trends too. And so even if you're not trying to keep up with trends and things like that, you may be living beyond your means, or just this is just a reminder, like, hey, don't forget, to stash for a rainy day, or don't forget to shop around. I used to be that kind of person where I didn't used to shop around. Like if I see something, I'll just get it. And then if I find out I could have got it for $10 less, $15 less somewhere else, I'm like, oh well, whatever. But I've been trying to do better with that. Like yesterday when I was looking for a shovel, the little shovels, they were like $30. Some of them were like $50. Some of them were like $20. And I was like, okay. I don't want to spend $50 on a shovel. I don't really want to spend $30 on a shovel. Don't really want to spend $20 on a shovel. But I was like, these is what the prices are looking like. So I'm going to have to do one of them. And as I was en route to the store, I saw the Dollar Tree and my spirit was like, go in the Dollar Tree. And I went in the Dollar Tree and I got, it wasn't a shovel, but it was a small garden tool that was perfect for what I needed. And it was only $1.25. So there could be some things that you're being called to like just slow down on when it comes to investing or spending, because there could be a better deal, a better deal somewhere else or something like that could come up. We have the Four of Coins in reverse. So the Four of Pentacles is the Four of Coins. The Four of Pentacles just came out upright. When I was saying like you might have to pull back your energy, but we have the Four of Coins in reverse here. So there's a balance. Some of you may be very frugal and just very scared to spend money because you're like, you don't want to lose it. So definitely with this new moon in Taurus energy, this lunation is going to be calling for us to really explore our relationship with money. What is your relationship with money? Do you view things as expensive? And this is not saying be illogical, like, oh, that's not a lot of money. No, you could say it's a lot of money, but are you always talking about how expensive something is? Like $20 or $30, or when you got to spend something that is, definitely worth the investment, you're like snooting your nose up. Like what's your relationship like with money when it comes in? What's your relationship like with money when it goes out? Are you just so loose with it? Again, or are you more, you're more like in this survival energy when it comes to your money, to where you don't want to spend a thing, or you always trying to get more and not spend anything? It's like, no, there's an exchange that has to happen. What's your energy like when you are presented, when somebody is in need? You know what I mean? And it's your opportunity to bless somebody with something. Are you really giving with an open heart? Are you like, nah, I ain't got it, head ass? I'm thinking about how like there are some people on Instagram where he'll be holding like the wad of money. It's like this black guy, he'll be holding like the wad of money behind whatever it is, and he'll be like, hi. He'll walk up to random people in Walmart or whatever store he's in, and he's like, hi, I'm trying to get this for my kids, but I'm $1 short. Would you be able to bless me? And some people will just be like, I ain't got it. And they got $1. If you're in the store, you have $1. You got $1. You may have 19 and you trying to get 18. You trying to max out that $19, but you got $1 to give. And I understand why people would be like that, where they're like, I only got $19, bro. But sometimes we are tested, you know, like, what are you going to do? You know, you don't have to give your 19. You don't even have to give 5. But will you spare $1? Will you spare $1? And so some people would just be nasty, some people would be short, and some people would be, you know, generous. Some people would be open, and they'll be like, yeah, I got you. Or they'll even give them $5, and then he'll turn around and bless them with triple the amount, you know, a couple hundred of dollars. And there was this one time where this one guy was like really, really rude. Like, he was acting, the guy with the money was acting handicapped in front of the guy, and the guy was like just looking at him. He was dropping the cereal box, and the guy was just looking at him like, man, that's crazy type energy. And the man was like, can you help me? And he was like, where I'm from, we don't help strangers. Like, nah, you good. And he was like, you know, really? And he was like, I was just trying to, you know, test your heart or something like that. He said, he didn't say those words verbatim, but he was like, I was just trying to see if you were going to be generous enough to help, and I was going to bless you with this money. And the man was like, oh, nah, I can help you. Like, I can get a cereal box. He was like, nah, like, don't worry about it now. Don't worry about it now, you know? And that man felt stupid because all it took was just one act of kindness, you know, to just help the next person, and that was for free. Right? So when it comes to showing up, you know, and because this is not just about money, but money's coming up because we do have money mistakes, and the 4 of coins is has to do with money, but it also has to do with material things, physical. So it could just be even you. When it's time for you to show up, what is your energy when you're showing up? Are you showing up like, oh, I got to do this? Or are you showing up like, okay, I get to do this. This is an opportunity for me to bless somebody. This is an opportunity for me to teach somebody. Today, one of my clients, she was just so frustrated because she was like, I'm just tired of people wanting to be like me. You know, I'm tired of people taking from me, and then like, I would help them, I would advise them, I would like give them what they asked for, and then they would like turn on me. And she was like, she was like, I want people to learn from, I want people to learn from, I want people to build with, and things like that. And I just invited her to sit with her truth. And I was like, well, what is your attitude like when it's time for you to show up for the people? You're saying that you're annoyed. You're saying that you really don't like to help the people because of your reasons. But what is your attitude like, first off? But you're expecting to receive the other end of that. Like, you want people in your life who's going to be so excited to build with you and to put you onto game, but you don't even carry that energy. You know? And so, again, like, are you being that change that you want to see? Are you showing up for others as you want others to show up for you? And that person may not have the capacity to show up for you how you're being called to show up for them, but that energy will come back, and it will manifest through somebody else in another form. There could be somebody who comes up and you're selling something, or you need a job or something. They're like, oh, I got you. You know what I mean? And you're over here mad at your cousin, or mad at your mama, or mad at your spouse because they didn't do something, but that wasn't for them to give that or do. That was for you to give. That was for you to do. That was for you to channel. That was for you to share, and you will receive that back. So how are you penny pinching your energy when you do have a little energy to spare? Again, you don't have to exhaust yourself. You don't have to exhaust your resources. And just like I told the lovely, you are put in people's lives to give them what they need so they can go on about their journey. Everything is not going to look reciprocal in the way that you think. They gifted you the opportunity to show up. They gifted you the opportunity to heal your past. They gifted you the opportunity to pay your karmic debt. They gifted you the opportunity to open yourself up to a blessing. Or are you blocking your own? But you may be entering relationships. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting transactional relationships or energy, but it's important that we zoom out and see what's actually being transferred. Because for you, what you receive, it may look different than what they are receiving from you. But there are boundaries that need to be had too. And the goal, and at the end of the day, you need to always be focused on you and where you're going. And then when those people come in, you give them what they need as much as you can, and you continue on your path. I told her, I said, you're so attached to what they do. You're so attached to building relationships and building trust with all of these people that you're giving or sharing your energy with. And not everybody is meant to stay. Because you're saying you want to build with all of these women and you want to do business with women. I'm talking to my client. And I'm like, but in the same sentence, you don't really trust these bitches. So do you really want all of these relationships like you say? She's like, well, I just see how women are. Like, I can't trust women and all this. And I'm like, well, you're seeing how women are. You're seeing how women are. Women are finicky. Women are flaky. Women are flighty. Women are emotional. Women are up one day, down the next. And so that's the woman's makeup. And so when it comes to the people that even you want to build with, one day you might wake up and she may be like, oh, bitch, I'm tired of pouring into you. You know what I mean? And so this isn't I'm not saying this message to block y'all off from wanting to do work with people, but accept the energy as it comes and as it goes. Because some shit that you think you want to stay, you really don't. And not everything is meant to stay. This is not just about women. This is not just about men. This is about energy. Let it flow. Stop trying to hold on to everything that, rather it's money, rather it's a person, rather it's a job, rather it's, just things that bring you comfort or make you feel safe. Let it go. Let it go. Let it flow. Let it transform. Let it evolve. Let it come back in new form. Because you're going to let it go. And like the infinity sign, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. So what are you scared of? How are you still operating in lack? How are you still operating in survival mode? If somebody does not want to be with you, let them go. If somebody does not want to be a friend, let them go. If your job says, hey, we don't need you anymore, okay, there is somebody who does need me. My assignment here is done. My assignment here is done. But here you go, or maybe not, taking it personal. After all that I did. And this is how you repay me? Yes. You're free to go. But you want to stay here. You want to stay here. But you don't. Like, what do you want? So this is really a time, like I said, for us to reflect on where we are and what we want. And ask ourselves, why do I want these things? What is it that I really want? What is it that I really want? And why do I really want it? What is that rooted in? Is it rooted in, fear, trauma? We have exhaustion in reverse. Nice. Yeah. And I talked about this. This is so in alignment because I talked about you don't have to exhaust your energy. This is not encouraging anybody to drain yourself and to leave yourself with not even a swig of drink left or just a swig. No, this is not that. But this is saying, first off, are you going to look at the cup as half full, half empty? All right. And somebody may be like, okay, I'm thirsty. Do you have anything to drink? Go ahead and pour a little bit. Okay. And then when you get to a certain point, you're like, all right, now, this for me. I don't have it anymore. But are you being spiteful? Are you being, tight, stingy. When you have a whole 32 fluid ounce of flow, it's more where that came from. 365, full circle. I said, well, I think 369. No, 365 days is a full year. But that 365, it's going to come back. Okay. Fair trade. It's an exchange. It just may look different. Okay. All right. I wonder if Brother Lagos is joining us. He was doing he was doing one of his extensive meditations. He has one meditation that lasts about like 3 hours or something. Last time I knew he was doing that. I wonder if he's joining us today because it's past my relief. I was thinking about that the other day, how when I was in the Navy and just thinking about how, we were in those closed quarters on the ship and it would be like nighttime, everybody's asleep, but we used to have like these loud, our beds were so loud, like you lift the bed and that's like your storage space. And we had like stand-up lockers too, but they were very tight. So underneath our bed inside was like where we had all of our things. And depending on who was in your damn cubicle, either you could have the cleanest, most considerate people or the stinkiest, dirtiest, nastiest, loudest people. And I was just thinking about how I was blessed with my cube and we were all pretty much considerate. But when it comes to watch, like especially on deployment, that was a different kind of beast because watch is like your duty. We have 24-hour duty and we would rotate shifts. And some, depending on your job, you would have different watch hours. So some watches would be, I can't even remember the watch times. Some watches would be 24. No, that was more for when we were, no. But your shift would be like, how long was the watches, bitch? Was it 4-hour watch? It depended on how many people was on your team. It would be 4 hours, 6 hour, 8 hour. I can't remember. But there will be times where people will always oversleep. And so the person who was on duty at the time, if their person didn't come on time, somebody else would have to go find their person, wake their person up. Sometimes people would be 30 minutes late, be an hour late, just because they overslept and things like that. And it was very inconsiderate to the person that was on duty because they had to sit there an extra 30 minutes and they can't get that time back. They had to sit there an extra hour after they'd been sitting there for 7 hours on the shift while they was getting sleep and stuff like that. And so I'm not sure really how that's connected to this message. There may just be a subliminal in that where it's like, it's time for you to carry your weight. It's time for you to carry your weight and be considerate of like how every move that you make, every decision that you make, and even every word that you say, it literally ripples out into the universe and it affects those people around you. It does. So are you having a positive or a negative impact? And it's going back to, just how you show up. You know what I mean? The things you talk about, your perspective on life, the energy that you share, like, is it constructive? You know what I mean? Is it positive? Is it solution based? Right? But it's ultimately, just wrapping up now with that military watch thing. It's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to rise. It's time for you to rise. It's time for you to rise. Okay? And even you could be awoke and you can still rest. Because that's been the message of today, like rest, take it easy. So again, there could be light bulbs going off. There could be aha moments. There could be some clarity that's being received in regards to just you and what shifts you need to make, and what more you need to give your energy, or what more needs healing to. Like I told my client today, I was like, the cards was saying, and just hearing from what she was talking about, I was like, we got some healing of the past that needs to be done. Because that could be the very thing that's keeping you in this space as well. You may still have expectations from people who will probably never in this life have the capacity to show up in the way that you expect them to, and now you frustrated with them, or now you're low-key harboring resentment. It could be your parents, right? Your parents, you could be growing up, especially to those of us who are on our walk and we were raised in you know, maybe abusive household, or you know, it was a lot of neglect from our parent and things like that. And when we wake up and accept the truth or see the truth, we can grow bitter. We can grow bitter, like, you know, dad failed me, or mom failed me, or my ancestors, my family failed me, or whoever, right? And now you're mad. My church failed me, and now you're mad, and you may be like, nah, I'm good, I understand. But it's showing up in your actions, it's showing up in your lack of respect, it's showing up in just how you move, how you speak. And some of us are seeing like, wow, I really, you know, I am still hurt, or I am bothered, you know. And it's time for us to go inward. It's time for us to go inward and free ourselves, from that. Real free, and free them from that expectation too. You're only setting yourself up for disappointment. And you may be wondering why you're so frustrated, why you're so annoyed, why you're so irritated, why you're so bothered, because you're still expecting things that's not possible. You're still expecting something that's not a thing. You're expecting for a druggie to be trustworthy. Like, no, they're not going to be They gonna steal your shit. They gonna steal your shit for that leg. Like, that they gonna do druggy shit. But you expect, I just hope that you one day you wake up and you sober. I get it. But the truth is, that's not where they are. I just wish you wake up one day and just, you know, be more responsible, or yeah, but that's not where they are. So how can you accept the people where they are and still show up as who you are, with compassion, with empathy, with grace, with understanding? Some of us are grown as fuck and still operating as a child. A lot of us are. I am a lot of us. So don't think I'm excluded. So how is that showing up for you? Where is your inner child showing up? You're emotionally unstable. You can't manage your emotions. You can't even freaking articulate your emotions. So what's good? What the fortitude card say? Before we can heal, we must first be real with where we are ill. Before we can heal, we have to first be real with where we are ill. How do you keep pointing the finger? And then some of us, you know, we take accountability, like, okay, no, this is still an issue for me, or whatever, or I'm still a work in progress. But then we got to bring the other person in. We're not talking about them. How are you trying to, like, take that spotlight, soak in it? We're not talking about them right now. We're talking about you. We're talking about you. But we don't like to talk about ourselves by ourselves. We feel better when we bring somebody else in the conversation that is just as short as us or shorter. But look at them. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about them. That's not going to help you. So, I think, brother guys, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to motherfucking go, bitch. So, am I going to call a shot? I don't want to interrupt him, but I don't even know. So y'all give me 1 second. I'm about to give us a declaration. Did anybody want to read it? Anybody have any questions for me? Anybody have any questions for me? I'm about to close out with our declaration and we done for the day. What's our declaration? The declaration is, I choose to express my feelings openly and fully. I choose to express my feelings openly and fully. I choose to express my feelings openly and fully. But some of us need to damn address our feelings. because we already expressing them openly and fully. We expressing them openly and fully, and it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. So, what are you expressing? How are you expressing it? You know, and what do you need to do? What do you need to do? So, I don't see nobody declaring. Y'all been quiet. Y'all know how when the preacher start preaching. Y'all know when the preacher start preaching in the congregation, they feel so convicted. You don't hear not one amen, bitch. They don't hear me though. The church is quiet today. Y'all here, but y'all quiet. Y'all disturbed. Y'all disturbed. Y'all put the finger up. Like we used to do at church. Go get some chicken wings in the kitchen. He said, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Y'all been quiet. The church say, Pastor. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen again, okay? Okay, I see you. Y'all here. They said, damn, bitch, I see the number. And I'm just going. I ain't stopping, waiting for y'all to say nothing. But now that I'm done, I'm going to say something. Like, okay, where y'all at? Shit. I know y'all got it. Mazings with the eyeball emojis. I see you looking with your looking ass. So Brother Lagaz has entered, y'all. Y'all see how divine that was. We kept on moving. I was getting a little worried. I said, I don't know if Brother Lagaz coming today. And here you come. Divinely. Ashe. Capi said Duble was too real for him tonight. All right. So all the raindrops have stopped. So I guess I could get some frequencies playing in the background. But we're now about to transition over to the spiritual blessing of the night. Y'all book y'all services and whatever else you need on the website, CrystalineMars.com. But I will see y'all on the next episode. Peace and love. Ashe. Oh, we're going to just move that to the side. Okay.
Peace, family.
Grace.
I know I was supposed to do birthdays and supposed to be doing Ace of Clubs, but I got busy today. So I did have one of these in my back pocket here, which is to increase fertility. Everyone should be looking to increase fertility. It should be a very quick one. Right? Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, you should be looking to increase fertility. What I find interesting is when people talk about what does this candle do, what is this color for, what do these herbs do, what do these stones do, and they say, and whenever it's increased fertility, a lot of times, especially women are like, no, I don't need that. I don't need to increase that. I got enough fertility, blah, blah. Now, it's ridiculous to say you don't need that. It does not, because it does not mean, I think people look at it the wrong way, it does not mean you're more likely to get pregnant or to impregnate someone. It's not increase the likelihood you end up pregnant tomorrow. That's not what increased fertility means. It just means that if you were to try to get pregnant, you would be more likely to get pregnant. Or if you were to try to impregnate, you would be more likely to succeed because your virility is increased, right? Your hormone levels are more balanced. Ashe. Your swimmers, your sperm are stronger. Your eggs are healthier. The environment that they're in is healthier. Ashe. So you want to increase fertility. And why? Is because increased fertility means increased health. So I'll say that again. Increased fertility means increased health. The more fertile you are, right? The stronger your swimmers are as a man, the more fertile you are as a woman, the healthier your body is. Because the number one thing on your body's to-do list is to make sure your reproductive organs are at its healthiest, because that's your body's number one goal, is to reproduce. It puts the majority of its energy and resources in reproduction. Now, when it comes to the point to where your reproduction is decreasing, which it is for a lot of us, that is a very, very bad sign. Why? Because our bodies, it only it's only in emergency situations where it starts to pull resources away from the reproductive organs, and it starts to push that and dump that energy into other organs throughout the body. If the body is trying to say, you know what, forget the fertility, forget the virility, or the vitality, forget that, we're going to try to, increase the likelihood of survival for this organ or that organ or whatever. If your body's doing that, then it's taking away its main function of existence as a body, as a physical vessel. Therefore, that means that you are super sick. You are super sick, right? If you're having difficulty, for those who have difficulty trying to get pregnant or trying to impregnate, right? That means your body, you have a lot more issues than just purely there's something wrong with your reproduction, organs, reproductive processes. Your body is going through some major issues, even if it doesn't seem like it. Okay, even if it doesn't seem like it. So I want this to be clear that increasing your fertility is not like a good luck bad luck thing where you're like increasing the good luck energy to have a baby. No, you are merely just increasing your body's ability to have a baby if you were to go through that process. Ashe. And you want your body to be as fertile as possible. Now, as far as how responsible you are with that fertility, that's up to you. But you want your body to be as fertile as possible, because that means that you are at your peak health. You're at your peak healthiness. Ashe. And that is today's spiritual lesson. We'll go into the Q&A. Ashe. Say peace to everyone on the Facebookers, all the YouTubers, all the IGers. We appreciate all the likes, shares, subscribes, as well as the reposts and the reels and the stories and all of the super chats, the love offerings, the Apple Pays, the Cash Apps, the Zells, and all those good things. All right, we also appreciate all those who go on to CrystalineMars.com and have supported us and purchased many of our Crystaline Mars pieces, as well as those who have opted into the services that we provide, to especially all the ones that Dublé provides, from the candle ritual services to all of the spiritual contract breaking and tarot cards and guided meditations and past life regressions and all those things. Appreciate all that for all those who have supported at CrystalineMars.com. Ashe. Says spiritual for Dublé says first spiritual fertility is a thing as well. You do have spiritual fertility, you could say, right? Giving birth to different manifestations, as they say. Ashe. They're not IGers. They are the OGs on IG, says Dublé. Alright. OGs, IGers, You gotta switch it up sometimes. Just Be Juan says, would you say going whole foods vegan for extended time and making our own hormones instead of getting from flesh is beneficial. Going whole foods is always beneficial. It's always beneficial. Um, Going whole foods vegan in and of itself does not guarantee that you are making the healthy choice. It is a little more nuanced than that. Just like eating flesh does not necessarily mean that you are receiving or intaking the hormones per se of that animal, right? One, it depends on what the animal has gone through. Depends on how it was raised, right? It depends on how you cook it. There are a few things that depend on it, right? And there's just certain animals that are better than others. Now, understand that eating plants is no more divine. It's no more pure. It's no more righteous or balanced than eating plants is no more of those things than eating flesh. And the reason why is because they're both living things. They're both living beings. They are both living beings, right? Understand that the plants feel just as much pain as animals do. Understand that plants release hormones and different chemicals, especially when they are going through the death process, just as much as animals do. So it's important to understand that just because you can't hear your arugula yelling at you does not mean it is not pissed off that you're eating it. Do understand that? Ashe. That being said, when you're eating, to me, the most important thing is to, as far as your own hormones are concerned, your hormones, you said, thanks for making it worse, Shay, it's amazing. Your hormones are mostly based off of your bacteria, the bacteria in your body, the balance of your bacteria, the amount of chemicals that are in your body. So the amount of chemicals that's going into your body, the health of your gut bacteria, the raw material, and the raw material that your body's receiving. In my personal opinion, this is just my personal opinion. In my personal opinion, I believe that we as humans are actually supposed to, eventually supposed to evolve to points where we don't have to eat anything. But I think the in-between stage is, I think we actually are supposed to, in a sense, have all artificial, I don't want to say artificial. We're supposed to eat just, we're supposed to eat just pure raw material. Just pure amino acids, pure vitamins, pure things like that. And I think that's really the cleanest way for us to actually consume nutrition. I think that's the cleanest way for us to actually consume nutrition. Any other way has there's a certain level of filtration that is always a part of the process. Because when you're eating plants, understand that they are releasing chemicals to try to stop you from eating them. For instance, you got gluten. You have that's a gluten is not, it's a protein, right? That protein is not there just because that's what that plant has. That is a defense mechanism to try to keep us from eating it. Lectins, aquaporin from in spinach, right? So these are certain types of proteins basically that these plants create to try to keep us from eating it. Shame. Just like an animal tries to run and fight you and to keep you from eating it. Shame. Plants are just a little more sneaky with it. Now, if the majority of the flesh that you're eating is fermented, and it's eating a pure organic and grain-free diet, then that type of flesh is what is definitely highly beneficial for you to eat, as well as like fermented, yogurts and butters, like fermented, dairy products. But since a lot of our meats are not fermented, and a lot of our meats do have a lot of grains in them, which have a lot of these poisonous proteins in them, as well as on top of all the antibiotics and things like that. Then it does do us well to have a lot of veganism in our diet and our nutrition. But we have to be careful about the type of plants that we're eating. That's all. So but a lot of our green leafy vegetables are pretty straight to eat. Like there's some that could be an issue, like spinach and like kales. Some of the kales are an issue for us. Sprouts, you don't want to eat sprouts. That's actually when they're that's when those proteins, those lectin type proteins and gluten type proteins are the most active, because it's the beginning stages of life for that plant. So they're giving off more, even though there might be more quote unquote maybe nutrition in it, there's also more anti-nutrition in it as well. So you want to stay away from sprouts. Mushrooms are very good, all the different types of mushrooms. Except for I would stay away from like the pure white ones, but otherwise all the other brownish type of mushrooms, except lion's mane, even though I know that's white. Lion's mane is cool, but like just like the regular like white shiitake or whatever type of mushroom it is, white button or some mushroom, I wouldn't do that one. But all the other mushrooms, definitely. Mushrooms are going to be very, very, very great for your gut bacteria. Like your organic non-bleached white rices, usually kind of like whitish, like beiges. If they're organic, they're not going to be bleached. So your organic white rices are actually the healthy rices. But you can also do a wild rice. Wild rice, you need to soak your wild rice for a day or two at least. But it does not have the gluten protein in it, so you don't have to worry about that. So your wild rice. Um, your cabbages, your different varieties of sweet potatoes. Um, your fruits are good. You just want to eat them whole. You actually don't want to juice them. Unless they're like berries. Berries you can kind of get away with juicing, but the rest of them you want to eat them whole for the most part. Kimchi, which is cabbage. Kimchi, fermented food, very, very good for you and your bacteria and your hormones and all those things, right? Um, omega-3 eggs and or like pasture raised, organic, restorative eggs. That's what I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, then you got your fermented cheeses as well. I'll show you. Amazing says, okay, I don't know. I have to look into this. Well, you should look into it. What else is there to do but to look into it? Said med mushrooms or medicinal mushrooms. Ashe, yeah, you got your medicinal mushrooms as well. Ashe. The world is basically eat or be eaten. We have to eat what it's a life, it's sad. Right. It is an eat or be eaten type of world, right? But because we are human beings, we have the intelligence to opt out of the eat or be eaten world if we choose so. Right, that's why we've been doing it actually. All of these supplements, and I'm not talking about herbs because herbs are also plants, still plants that we have to be mindful of, right? Can't just eat all the herbs you want to, right? They will mess you up too. But the supplements that are not, essentially we are getting to the point to where we're extracting a lot of things from a lot of different plants. But the idea is to get to the point to where we can construct our nutrition just out of atoms, because that's what everything is, just a bunch of atoms being put together, right? Just the actual molecules themselves, because that's all it is. When you break it down to the end of the, when you're eating food, your body's breaking it all the way down till it's a molecule, and then your cells use the molecule to energize itself. Right, the molecules, the carbons, the hydrogens, the golds, the silvers, the oxygens, the irons, the sodiums, potassiums, right? Your sulfurs, your magnesiums, all of these things that are it's just a raw material. It's just a a molecule. Right. Say kimchi on avocados. Yes, avocados another big one. Something that we should eat a lot of. We should eat a lot of avocados. Olives is another one to add to your list of things that you should eat a lot of. Olives and avocados. Ashe. But yeah. But yeah, we should be looking though to get just the raw material, right? And we're getting there. We're getting there to where we won't have to eat any plant, any animal. We can just eat, just ingest the raw material, just the straight molecules. Yeah, but a lot of you know naturalists are going to be like, no, we shouldn't. We should eat naturally off of the planet. Naturally, it was like you can, but you understand you are, killing things that do not want to be killed. You're eating things that don't want to be eaten. So, it's that depends on how you feel about things. Right. Amazing says, I feel eating plants is better because they can regrow. Eating plants is better because they can regrow. I mean, animals regrow. Animals are fruitful and multiply. So I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. They both regrow. They both repopulate. Amazings. Animals and plants both repopulate. So, not the same way though. They have to be alive. What's CTFU? What's that? Dublation now. Oh, cracking the F up. Gotcha. He said, not the same way though. Well, yeah, it's not the same way. They don't regrow the same way, right? But they both are regrowing though. Who's to say which one's better? If they both don't want to be eaten, and they both feel the pain of being eaten. See, it's actually it's funny because there's a lot of vegan people and plant-based people who are, who think that they are spiritually in tune, but have no empathy for the pain that the plants are going through. Right? It's like when you chop down a tree, the other trees get upset. The other trees get mad, they get sad, they feel all types of emotions. Same thing happens with the plants. Now, the only part of the plant that they want you to eat is the fruit. They do want you to eat the fruit. Or the nuts. They don't mind you taking and eating the nuts. And that is because those things are just, those are just the reproduction parts. That's the parts that they want to be taken and carried away, because then it's more likely that the seed will then be used and to be planted somewhere. But other than that, the plants don't want to be eaten
and they don't like it. It does not feel good in any type of way. So really, as far as the plants regrowing, you know, especially if it's like the same plant, then it would just be a plant going through pain over and over again. So it's something to think about. So, but there is a way to go about it without killing. Well, yeah, there's a way to go about. You can. I mean, I don't know how you can not kill. It's like, you know, when you pick. See, when you're. The thing is, when you're eating plants, it's like no matter what, either you have to kill it by taking it out the ground and eating it and killing it, which is, you know, it's painful, or you got to take off pieces of it. I mean, when it comes to anything that's a vegetable, like that's pain. That's just pain. So grains as well. Like the only thing that's not going through that pain will be fruit. You know, so. Understand that the plant's first enemy was the animals. So the animals would eat, and they do eat the plants. So then the plants learned how to create different types of like proteins and stuff to make the animals sick, to make them not want to eat them. Same thing with the insects as well. They create different types of protein and stuff to make the insects not want to eat them. You know, 'cause it doesn't feel good. So we can try to rationalize it. Once again, it's because we can't hear the plants, but the fact that you can't hear the plant lets you know how out of touch we are with nature, because we can't hear the plants. It's actually the most harmonizing thing we can do. The most harmonizing thing we can actually do as humans is one, eat fruit, but you know we can only eat so much fruit, so there is a challenge there. Two, eat a lot of dairy. Eating a lot of dairy would be like the most naturally balanced and and most humane, I guess you could say, and most and the least painful way for us to an effective way for us to survive, right? And only eat the animals that that pass away. So it'd be like fruits sparingly, a lot of dairies, and the occasional flesh when the animal passes away, right? But it'd be fermented dairies, right? And that would be the really the most balanced way for us to eat without causing directly any pain to the ecosystem. If you really want to get technical with it, while at the same time learning how to build molecules so that we can create, more efficient amino acids, efficient vitamins and minerals. Yeah, things like that. Ashe. But it looks like I've gotten to everybody's questions today, so we'll go ahead and call it a night. We'll say Ashe, Asante, and Amen. Ime Kamalika, it is done. And we'll see you tomorrow for the Soul Sunday. Ashe.